I escaped from the world's most secure prison. I am Frank Morris, the man who outsmarted Alcatraz. Alcatraz is a fortress of concrete and steel, stranded in the frigid waters of San Francisco Bay. It was said that no man could escape. I proved otherwise. Imagine being locked in a concrete cage, surrounded by the country's most dangerous criminals. Your only escape is in your thoughts. But for me, that wasn't enough. I wanted more. I wanted freedom. I spent months devising a daring escape plan. God. Every night, hidden from view, I dug a tunnel through the wall of my cell with a simple spoon. I crafted lifelike dummy heads from toilet paper and paint, realistic enough to fool the guards during nightly counts. I risked my life every moment, waiting for the one where I'd be discovered. The thirst for freedom was stronger than fear. On June 11th, 1962, everything was ready. With 3 other inmates, we used the tunnel, climbed a series of ventilation ducts, and reached the prison roof. From there, we descended the outer walls and reached the beach. We had fashioned makeshift rafts and life jackets from stolen raincoats and glue. We took to the sea, braving the icy waters and treacherous currents of San Francisco Bay, and it wasn't as simple as it sounds. To be continued in part 2.
I pooped on my husband's bed and tried to deny it in court. Hi, I'm Amber Heard, and I became heavily embroiled in controversy due to a lawsuit against my former husband, Johnny Depp. I was born in 1986 in Austin, USA, and since a young age, I had a passion for acting. At the age of 14, I was already involved in big movies. I made my big breakthrough with the movie Pineapple Express. In 2012, I fell in love and started dating with famous actor Johnny Depp, a choice I would deeply regret for the rest of my life. 3 years later, we got married and things started to go downhill. We got into a lot of fights with each other and had a toxic relationship. This ultimately led to a divorce in 2016. I accused Depp of heavily physical abuse. After the divorce, I brought this story to the media and initiated a lawsuit against him. My goal: money and defamation of Johnny. Johnny's public image was completely tarnished due to the allegations. To save his own skin and life, he started a defamation lawsuit against me. I went all out to win the case, including fake crying in the courtroom. It became one of the most widely followed lawsuits ever. Unfortunately for me, it didn't go my way. During the trial, it emerged that the allegations of physical violence were untrue, and that I had mentally abused Johnny. I even pooped on his bed out of revenge. Johnny won the lawsuit, and I had to pay him a settlement of $15 million. I have paid for my lies, and justice has prevailed.
My life was taken away on a Facebook live stream. My name is Robert Godwin Sr., and I was just an ordinary man living in Cleveland, Ohio. I was a father, a grandfather, and a hard-working individual. Life hadn't always been easy for me, but I tried to make the best of it. On that fateful day in April 2017, I was headed home after spending Easter with my family. Little did I know that my life was about to be tragically cut short. I was walking down the street when a stranger named Steve Stevens approached me. I had never met him before, and I had no reason to suspect that he harbored any ill intentions. As he stood before me, with the camera pointed at me, he asked me to repeat the name Joy Lynn. I couldn't have known that his actions would soon send shockwaves across the nation. In a split second, everything changed. Without warning, Stevens pulled out a gun and pointed it at me. I was frozen in fear, unable to comprehend the danger I was in. My heart raced, and a million thoughts flooded my mind. Who was this man, and why was he doing this? I thought about my children, my grandchildren, and the people I loved. I wished for more time, a chance to say goodbye and tell them how much I cared. But fate had dealt a cruel hand, and my life was about to be tragically taken away. After repeating the name, he said, "Joy Lynn is the reason you're dying today," and shot me while live streaming the whole tragedy. My murderer took his own life moments before getting caught by the police. Let my story be a reminder. Life is fragile, and we should cherish every moment we have with our loved ones.
My name is William Bonin, but I'm also known as the Freeway Killer. I was an American serial killer and twice paroled sex offender who raped, tortured, and murdered a minimum of 21 young men and boys, in a series of killings in Southern California from May 1979 to June 1980. They called me the Freeway Killer because they found most of my victims' bodies alongside numerous freeways. I had some help during my crimes, as on at least 12 occasions, one of my 4 known accomplices assisted me. Additionally, I'm suspected of committing 15 more murders. The prosecutor at my first trial described me as the most arch-evil person who ever existed. In the end, I was convicted of 14 of the murders linked to the Freeway Killer in 2 separate trials in 1982 and 1983. I spent 14 years on death row before I was executed by lethal injection at San Quentin State Prison in 1996, becoming the first inmate in California to die by this method.